Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are watching from, and welcome to this week's Stock Picks. Now, as this is the first installment of this series on this YouTube channel, let me go ahead and go into the details of what you are going to get out of this series. Obviously, I'm going to give you stocks for the week. I'm going to give you 3 stocks that I think have potential upside going into the next week. Now, disclaimer to start off, this week I do not own any of these positions. That won't always be true though, but if I do ever own a position that I'm talking about, I will disclose that because obviously you have some bias when you own a position. And also, part of the disclaimer, I'm not at all telling anybody to go buy these stocks. It's not at all what I'm saying, just trying to give you guys some my thoughts on what I think could have a strong week. And as we continue this series, we'll continue every weekend. I will put this series out. I'll have up my picks from the last week. You guys can see how we did and that kind of stuff. So you're going to get 3 strong stocks going into the next week. You're also going to get 1 lotto pick. So with the first 3 stocks you're going to get, I'm not necessarily, this isn't some kind of competition where I'm trying to find the stocks with the biggest percent gains. That's not it at all. Just trying to give you solid stocks with potential upside. Now with the lotto pick, I am going to swing for the fences. I'm going to give you a stock that I expect to have a lower win rate on. I don't expect these stocks to go up at the same rate every week that the 3 solid stocks that I'm going to give you at the start are, but much more potential upside, if that makes sense. So you're going to get 1 lotto pick, you're going to get the hot sector for the week, and you're also going to get a sleeper sector for the week. So you get 4 different things here: the 3 solid stocks, the lotto pick, the hot sector, and then some sleeper sectors that I think people are forgetting about a little bit. So hopefully you guys are excited for it. I think this will be a fun series. I'll get to walk through some of my ideas with you guys. You guys kind of see how I break down stocks, what I look for, and hopefully give you guys some good trading ideas going into the upcoming week. So first thing we have to do, first thing we will always start with this series is to analyze SPY. And I think for a while, I don't expect anything to be different, just going off past trends. SPY is just bullish. There's really nothing else to say about it. You don't have to come in here and start micro-analyzing just scroll out, scroll left, look at how dang strong the markets have been. If you don't know what SPY is, by the way, this is the S&P. This is a tradable ETF that represents the S&P. So we're looking at the S&P 500. We're looking at the overall markets here. But the overall markets are super bullish. Since COVID drop, huge run, some micro dips within it, but every micro dip gets bought up. Last week, we even have another small micro dip. The markets got a little bit scared about 3-decade high inflation, and Evergrande, I never know how to say it, defaulted. So there was some scares last week, but then on Friday, we got heavy volume, candle over candle, perk back in SPY. There's nothing to be bearish about. There's no reason to bet against the SPY when it's in this kind of trend. So we are going into our picks this week, with a bullish confirmation because the overall market is bullish. So with that being said, let's get into the first stock. And I think the first stock is going to be a very popular one. Obviously, Tesla, huge talk right now. One of the strongest stocks, maybe the biggest growth stock the stock market's ever seen. Tesla, and a lot of talk happening. This sell-off happening has a lot to do with Elon Musk selling 10% of his shares via the Twitter poll that he put out. And there's a little bit of back and forth about why he's selling the shares. Did he already have it scheduled? Did the Twitter poll even mean anything? I'm not going to get into all of that. What I am going to say, this dip, potential buy opportunity. Once again, not telling anybody to go buy any of these stocks, but I see no reason why Tesla doesn't have strong upside going to the next week. Obviously, a huge, massively strong stock on a current little micro dip here. So why not, look to start loading potentially, and why not this thing continue, right? The trend is your friend. This stock, one of the strongest stocks in the market. It's got to be on your watch list for next week. It's just got to be. So there's your first stock pick for next week is Tesla, TSLA, Tango, Sierra, Lima, Alpha. I'm sure you all knew what the ticker was for Tesla before I did that. Next one, Square. This is Sierra, Quebec, Square, payment processing kind of platform stock. I really like where this one's currently trading. Once again, it's another super strong stock. That's going to be a trend you see in these picks if you continue to watch this series week in, week out. I'm a continuation trader. I think continuation trading is the way to go. I think it's much easier to be a continuation trader. When stocks are strong, they're more likely to continue to be strong than they are to be weak, right? They are more likely, trend is more likely to continue than it is to not. That's not always going to be true. Obviously, they're going to start downtrending at times, but you're going to see a trend that I look to buy these strong stocks. Square, very strong stock. I mean, since the bottom of COVID from 35, ripped to 280. Absolutely insane move, and you're currently getting a price that's down here at a double bottom. You're right here at a previous bounce level, 225. Now, on this dip, you are coming off the back of earnings, so you might need to do a little bit of fundamental analysis in Square. Also, kind of dictate what happened on earnings here. You might need to do a little bit digging, a little bit of extra digging there. But you're getting a strong stock that's trading towards support levels. You could even potentially even wait for longer down here, scale in some here, scale in some here, something like that. But you're getting, once again, a very strong stock on a micro dip. A lot like Tesla, Square is my second stock pick for the upcoming week. The third and final stock pick, we're going to go with a stock that a lot of you guys might not have heard of, maybe not currently looking at. It's a little bit of a light volume stock. It's not Tesla, it's not Square. You guys have both heard of those companies. It is BAM, Bravo Alpha Mike, BAM Brookfield. This stock also very, very, very strong. Just a huge running stock. So why not continue, right? Why not have this stock on your watch list moving into next week? If it's been this strong, you're getting a little bit of a dip. Once again, a lot like Square, this dip is coming because of earnings, so you might need to do a little bit more fundamental analysis, but you can see earnings were on Thursday, which dropped the stock, and then Friday, it immediately ripped right back up. So I definitely will be watching this stock, obviously, that's why it's in this video, into next week for one of my strong plays. So there's your 3 strong stocks for the week. Tesla, TSLA, Square, SQ, and BAM, BAM. That is going to be your 3 solid picks for the week. And like I said, I'm going to give you guys a lotto pick as well. Now, with these picks on this kind of series here I'm doing, I don't expect them to win as often. I expect these 3 stocks that I gave you today, and I will continue giving you throughout the next weeks, next iterations of the show, to have a higher win rate. But this stock has a chance to just absolutely give you huge returns. So once again, not telling you to go buy it, do your own research, do your own thing, but I want you guys to keep an eye on MRAM going into next week. Obviously had earnings on Friday, made a massive move. We day traded this on Friday over on my Twitch channel, where you can watch me live day trade every single day. If you would like to watch me live day trade, link in the description down below. But shout out to myself there. This huge rip on earnings, massive volume. It completely just dwarfed the scale of the rest of this thing's volume. Never had a day anywhere near this kind of buying. And look, this thing has a history of catching good earnings. This is also earnings, making a big run, and then this is a huge continue. Am I saying necessarily it's going to do another 150% move? Not really. But yeah, the history is there. There's also another earnings here where it gapped and just then continued as well. So it has a little bit of history of gapping up on earnings and continuing very, very strong into the next week. And like I said, this Friday earnings was massive volume. So my lotto pick for the upcoming week is MRAM, Mike Romeo Alpha Mike. So you guys, once again, do your own research, do your own digging, see if you like that stock. At least keep an eye on it. We'll study the results of it in the next week. We'll see how these picks went. Now, it's time for the sectors. Like I said, I'm going to give you a hot sector, and I'm going to give you a sleeper sector. The hot sector right now that I think is going to continue to be the hottest into the upcoming week, I've already talked about the leader, is electric vehicles, EV stocks. So that's your Teslas, your Lucids, your Fiskars, FSR, the large IPO Rivian just came out and is already ripping. So Rivian's another one, and obviously there's all kinds of other electric vehicle stocks as well. You'll have to do your own research and dig around some more on that, but it kind of flows along the same kind of reasoning I was using for Tesla. The sector's been extremely strong, and it gave you a little bit of a pullback last week, but still just continuing to be really strong. So electric vehicles, EV stocks is going to be my strong sector pick for the upcoming week. And then for the sleeper sectors, I actually have 2 for you this week. The first one is going to be MJ. Now, I forgot. I said at the beginning of this show that I didn't own any of these stocks. I actually am invested in marijuana. I am invested in MJ, which is a marijuana ETF. So take what I'm saying. I want to tell you that because I want you to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm biased. If I own it, I have a strong bullish bias, right? So take what I say about stocks that I own, take what anybody says about stocks that they own with a grain of salt. Just want to keep that out there. But marijuana stocks, they're obviously very beat down. That's why it's one of the sleeper sectors. This is the ETF, MJ. They're starting to get some candle over candles. You're starting to get some higher highs. You got some nice volume on Friday, nice higher high break. Your stocks within the sector, TLRY is one of the leaders, had a nice couple of last days. Your CGCs, your AGCs, there's all kinds of other, AGC had a really nice run actually. There's all kinds of other marijuana stocks that I'll let you guys go dig up on yourself. But marijuana is one of my sleeper sectors going into next week. And also the second sleeper sector is going to be Chinese technology. That's your Babas, your JDs, your DIDIs. Once again, you have to do your own research. Keep digging into China tech if you would like. But China tech is very, very, very beat down. The Chinese government has been just wrecking its own stocks as of the last 4 to 6 months, I would say. I could look at the timeline here myself, but over the last handful of months, Chinese regulatory has just been wrecking their technology stocks, and you're starting to see a little bit of life potentially. Your Baba, your JD starting to get some volume, your DIDI started to get some Friday spikes. Some Thursday, Friday spikes, some late week spikes last week. So my second sleeper sector for the upcoming week is Chinese technology. So let's go ahead and wrap up this. You know what? Let's actually just pull this over. I'll just show you the notepad that I was reading from. This is the easiest way to cover it with you guys, I think. Hopefully you guys can read this. If you can't, let me know. I will improve it for next week. But the 3 solid stocks I'm coming into this week: Tesla, long; Square, long; BAM, long. All of these are longs because the markets are overall super strong. No reason to go short stocks right now, in my opinion. So Tesla, Square, BAM, your 3 solid stock picks. Your 1 lotto pick, MRAM, your hot sector, electric vehicles, your 2 sleeper sectors, marijuana and Chinese technology. So that has been your stock picks for the week. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of series I'm going to do every weekend. I will post this. If you do, the easiest way to show me that, just hit the like button. That'll show me that you guys want to see me continue making these. If you're new around here, hit the red subscribe button. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this video. I will catch you all in the next one.